Okay, I got my whiteboard. Let's do this. Hello, everybody. I am Levi, and it is January now. It is 2018, and you may have noticed some recent changes to the channel. Originally, I said something like taking a break for December, maybe work on some projects. I didn't really get a chance to do that, but if you've noticed, in 2017, I've been uploading a lot. Like, with the exception of the first, I've uploaded every single day this month so far. And I don't exactly have any plans to stop that particularly soon. Maybe drop to every other day for a bit, but I'd like to go over what exactly my intention is with this new upload schedule and how consistent it is and what exactly I mean by it, as well as a few other things. So first things first, this has been a decision that I've been a bit unsure of, but I've been considering for about the last month or so. On the channel, I've typically done 2, sometimes 3 main series on the channel at once. Right now, that would be Halo Combat Evolved and Metro Last Light. Although, I think that we've gone over everything. I've gone over with the Discord community and with some friends, and I've thought about it myself. And I think that it all works out a lot better for me to do one series at a time on the channel. Not like the entirety of what I'm uploading being that one series, but focusing on one main series, which by main series I mean a decent length game that I am playing beginning to end. Not things that are one-off episodes or series like 5 and under or something. Those I don't really have a schedule for at all. But the main series, things like Halo, Metro Last Light, Mario & Luigi's Superstar Saga, The Wolf Among Us, things like that, that I would dedicate a lot of time and a lot of episodes to. I've decided to do series like that one at a time. That way I can focus a lot more on them, and instead of kind of splitting it up and playing whatever game I'm in the mood for and then letting one game get forgotten about while another one has plenty of episodes, I would like to just focus on one, which, if you've seen what I've been doing with it so far, I think that this is actually working really well, because when January had started, it'd been 2 months since the last upload of Halo, and it had been 1 month since the last episode of Metro Last Light, and even when those series were active, it was really inconsistent when you'd be seeing them. But I feel like if I narrow it down to one main series at a time, I can have a lot more of a set upload schedule, and if not a set upload schedule, at least a lot more consistency to it. And as far as I can tell with Halo Combat Evolved, I think I can stay on the schedule where there is one episode a day, or one episode every other day until the game is completed. Now, me and John actually just finished recording earlier today, and we have now beaten the game, so no idea how editing on all that is going, but ideally that series will be every other day until the game is completed. So far, that is up to episode 35. That is for certain going to be every other day up until episode 35. After that point, I still need to figure that out, but my intention is to keep it going that way until the game is done. And Metro Last Light is actually going to be on hold until that series is finished. I'll still be recording it in my free time and maybe doing some editing on it and stuff, but I will not start uploading the series again until Halo Combat Evolved is done. Now, although Halo Combat Evolved has been working well as an every other day thing, that's mostly because I can do it in 10-minute episodes, roughly. And that makes it a lot easier to do. Metro Last Light, when I get back into that, it will not be every other day. It'll probably be something like 2-3 days a week, maybe 1 day episode, 2 day break, 1 day episode, 2 day break, something like that. It's not really decided yet until I get back into uploading that series, but that's kind of how I think I'm going to go with the main series on the channel from this point on. Now, there's already been a lot of discussion about what games are going to be even after Metro Last Light, and that list is growing more and more, and it seems like there's going to be as far as I can tell, it seems like the main series on the channel, whatever it happens to be at any given time, after Metro Last Light, it seems like a lot of those are actually going to be duo series, so me and one other. And I'm really excited to do that, but I can't really reveal too much more at this point since nothing's been recorded, nothing's been arranged for recordings, and so none of that is really set in stone. But that's kind of the status of how the main series on the channel will go. Now, another thing about that is... what is it on my whiteboard? Another thing about that is something else I've done is, up to this point, I really haven't used the ability on YouTube to schedule when a video releases. I've mostly just kind of hit upload or saved it unlisted and then shared it around on Discord for a bit, and then uploaded it, made it public whenever it worked out for me. But I feel like if I'm using this scheduling feature on YouTube, I will only be using it for the main series, as far as I've planned so far. But I would like the main series to be as consistent as possible, regardless of what main series it is. And I feel like the scheduling feature is kind of a necessity for me to have that. So, not only has Halo Combat Evolved been every other day, it's also been at the exact same time every day. Except for one of the episodes, I forget which one it is, I accidentally set the time to 6 p.m. instead of 11 a.m. But they're all going up at 11 a.m. Central, which is, I believe, noon Eastern, and what would that be, like 9 a.m. Pacific, something like that. But that's when all the Halo episodes will go up, and ideally that's probably the time of day that I will set whatever my main series is to go at any point. Like, whatever the main series is, I'm planning for that time to be when it uploads, regardless of how many days are in between episodes or what days of the week that goes on during. But that's kind of how I feel about main series, and I think that this will really help to bring a lot more continuity. Now, I realize that a lot of people kind of come into the conclusion where, like, they didn't like Halo, but they did like Metro Last Light, and this kind of just pushes off Metro Last Light. Or if somebody liked Metro Last Light, or didn't like Metro Last Light and they liked Halo, when there was 2 episode series going on at a time, you kind of got to pick your favorite if you wanted, but this way there's only really one choice at a time, which I know some people might not like, but ultimately I think in favor of the content of the channel, the consistency of uploads, the engagement on my end in the actual series, as well as just getting the episodes out back to back instead of kind of going all over the place across all my projects, and then eventually an episode gets thrown out every now and then. I think that this really overall helps a lot with getting the main series on the channel continuing and going consistently. And yeah, another thing about this is, since I'm using the scheduling feature, typically when I would unlist a video previously, it would just kind of let me hit upload and make it a public video whenever I wanted. And while it was marked as unlisted, I could share it on Discord, and Discord has been getting a lot of videos weeks in advance most times. Unfortunately, when I set a video to schedule, I can no longer do that. So the main series on the channel will no longer be showing up as Discord early access videos. Everything else will, but the main series won't, because I'm going to be setting them with the schedule so that I can be sure they get uploaded at the correct time. As far as polls on Discord and sort of Twitter, I've been asking quite a few of them, I feel like. I've tried to always ask something in those polls that I feel is relevant to the channel and will impact the content, but a lot of people feel like I've been asking a lot of polls and like I'm asking for a lot of fan feedback instead of just making content and having fun with whatever idea I come up with, and I'm seeing a lot more of where they're coming from, and so I'm going to try to reserve those polls for the most important of topics. So the amount of polls that I'm going to be putting out now is probably going to be like half of what it was, and the Discord server now has a general chat, so for smaller questions I can go there and there's a lot more feedback. It's not just like, I voted for this option, end of vote. So I'm hoping that a lot more feedback and getting involved with the community about what is and isn't good for a series, or what series is more of interest, can be established. Another series that was going on kind of later last year in December is Doki Doki Literature Club, where I was doing the series with Guy, and we got up to the end of episode 3, and that's it. And to this day, that's still as far as we've recorded, but we are planning on recording more of that. I have no idea when we're recording, I have no idea when it's uploading, I have no idea. We might adjust the episode length from 40 minutes to 1 hour, but that series is going to be continuing. Hopefully by the end of the month, but not sure yet. And then one last thing is I'm doing another change. Typically, whenever I would start editing and uploading a series, I just start throwing out episodes. It's been kind of obvious because my upload schedule's always been a bit inconsistent with what videos are going out. There's always videos, but which videos it has been are a bit inconsistent. So I might start a series that's like 3 or 4 videos long, and then that takes like a month to get through, and they're just kind of scattered around in there. What I would like to do now is, for shorter series, or anything that's maybe 2 episodes to 5 episodes, something like that, or actually just 2 episodes and up, really, I would like to be finishing the series. So a lot of times I'll be talking about a series in the background, and on there I might be saying like, oh, I'm hoping to have this out soon, or something like that. I'm changing it up. I would now like to wait until I've actually finished the entirety of series like that before I start uploading any of it. That way, whatever series I upload, even if it's just a short series, I can be sure that you guys are getting the content as consistently as possible. Now, this will mean that if, say, there's like a little 5-part series somewhere thrown around on the channel, you'll probably get all 5 of those episodes pretty evenly spaced apart over the course of a couple weeks, like maybe 2 weeks or something, which is great for that, except what the downside of this is, since I'd be editing all those episodes before starting to upload them, this also means there could be pauses on the channel. Now, I've thought about this for a while and kind of gone into how I feel about things like this as a viewer on YouTube as well, and personally I think that this works best for me to be able to upload a series consistently, and every now and then a small break in between them while I'm working on the next one, as opposed to just kind of throwing videos out every now and then whenever I can. Because I'd really like to have more consistent content on the channel. That's really what this whole update has been about, is I am doing whatever I can to make the content on the channel more consistent. Not just in when it gets uploaded, but what gets uploaded. I'd like to have it a lot more consistent, so when I start a series, I actually finish that series in evenly spaced, evenly timed out episodes, rather than uploading it and then waiting a while and then maybe uploading a bit more and then waiting a while and then uploading a bit more, and then every recording session is like 2 months apart and I have no idea what's going on every time I start an episode. So I really think that this will help with the consistency of the content, the consistency of my attitude towards the content. It'll give me a lot more opportunities to focus in on the content, so I can just play a game beginning to end instead of playing like 10 games beginning to end and kind of scattering episodes out and figuring out what I want to play each day. I feel like this is really going to help with the consistency of the content on the channel, and that's about it. I hope I made sense. I think pretty much half of that was just me saying the same thing, consistency, again and again. But that really is my goal. I just want content to be consistent. I want things to start and then finish in a timely manner. I don't want content to just be thrown all over the place where somebody likes a video and then that's it. You just wait a couple months, who knows if it's even coming back. I want content that is engaging and entertaining and consistent, and when somebody enjoys a video, I want them to be able to see the next one as soon as they can, rather than waiting who knows how long and maybe there is no other video. Who knows? But that is my goal, to make the content on the channel more engaging, more consistent, more entertaining, and I really think this will help on my end as well, to really go all over put all my motivation and dedication into one series at a time, being the main series, and then once I have that series as far ahead as I can get it, I can start working on other things to throw in every now and then, and I really think that this will help out a lot. So, thanks for listening to my little ramble. I hope you like my idea for the content on the channel, and you will probably start to see Metro Last Light again sometime in February, as far as I can tell. Possibly later February, but you will be seeing it in about a month's time, once Halo is completed. As for the other series that might be after that, who knows? You might have to check Discord, that's where some discussions have been going on about what's happening there. But, until the next video, which is probably going to be Halo, but until whatever other video you're looking forward to on the channel, I will see you in that. I will see you in that video. Bye bye! Did I just hit myself in the face?